So hey guys, what's up? In this video, we are going to learn about the British settlement at Bombay and how it was established. In this, we will specifically focus on the judicial administration which was carried out by the Britishers when they came to Bombay. So without further ado, let's get started. So we find that the development of the judicial administration in the Bombay Presidency, it took place in three different phases. The first phase was between 1668 to 1683. In this video, we are going to learn about the first phase of judicial administration in Bombay Presidency. We find that in 1668, King Charles II issued a charter, and in this charter, he empowered the company, the British East India Company, which was ruling India at that time. It empowered this company that it could make laws, ordinances, rules and regulations for the good governance of Bombay, and these laws which they were going to make were based on the laws of England. We find that also for the judicial control they needed courts, and the charter of 1668, it empowered them, or it authorized them to establish the courts. They were also authorized to give punishment like fine, imprisonment and even death sentence. This was the initial stage. We find that in this stage, Bombay was not given the status of a presidency. It was working under Surat factory, and the president of the factory was ex officio governor of the Bombay. We find George Oxenden. He became the first governor of Bombay. He became the governor because he was the president of Surat factory. In 1669, he established an exclusive government at Bombay, and this government was under the deputy governor. In 1669, we find that this Oxenden, he died, and after his death, Gerald Ongier, he became the president of Surat factory. That is, he also became ex officio governor of Bombay. He brought the system of law and courts in Bombay. He divided Bombay into two territorial divisions. Guys, the Bombay of that time, it was not a piece of land, a huge piece of land. The Bombay of that time consisted of 7 different islands, and that is why we find that this Gerald Ongier, he divided Bombay into 2 different divisions based on the different islands which were present at that, and the parts of these 2 divisions were the island of Bombay, Mazgaon, Girgaon, and the second division consisted the islands of Mahim, Parel, Sion and Colaba. We find that after Gerald Ongier, when he came to power, he established one court called as Court of Judicature, and this court was established in East Division. I have already told you what were the divisions, and this court consisted of 5 judges. The head of the court was custom officer or custom official, and the judges, they were usually English or British. But to help them with the native laws, customs, traditions, they also had Indians as well as Portuguese members. This court, it sat only for once a week. Remember this, guys, how many times did this court sit and hear the cases? It only sat once a week, and the payment to the judges was not given. They were not given any kind of wages or salary as judges. Now, what were the type of cases which these courts handled? So this court handled petty criminal cases with the help of jury. And how many members did the jury have? The jury consisted of 12 members. And this court also heard civil cases up to 200 zerofin. What is this zerofin? Zerofin was the Portuguese currency which was used in India at that time. It is like rupees or yen or yuan of the modern time. Zerofin is the Portuguese currency which was used at that time. And the appeal from this court, the Court of Judicature, lay to the Deputy Governor and Council's Court. And after this, if still the person was not satisfied with the judgment, he could still appeal to the Court of Governor and Council which was present at Surat. After this, a new judicial plan was enacted, and this was the plan of 1672. After this plan, the Portuguese laws which were present in the Bombay, as you may know that Bombay was ruled by Portuguese at that time. It was controlled and ruled by Portuguese. So it was obvious that Portuguese rules, customs, traditions, laws all were enacted at that time. But after the plan of 1672, the Portuguese laws, customs, they were abolished and English laws and courts were introduced in its place. Later, the Court of Judicature was established. Its first judge was George Wilcox, and it also had the criminal and civil jurisdiction. This court also sat only once a week and decided the cases with the help of jury. It charged 5% fee for handling the cases. It did not work without charging any fee like the court which was established previously, but this court, it charged a fee which was 5% of the total cost of the case, the subject matter of the case. If the subject matter was of rupees 100, then 5% of that 100 rupee was charged as court fee. Now we look at how the criminal justice system was carried out in this 1672's plan. In this plan, Bombay was divided into 4 divisions. These divisions were Bombay, Mahim, Sion and Mazgaon. In each division, a judge was appointed and he was called Justice of Peace. The Justice of Peace had the power to arrest, seize the offender as well as initiate enquiry. They also had the power to examine witnesses. They could also conduct a preliminary investigation. And after this preliminary investigation, the Justice of Peace had to send a record to the Court of Judicature and then they tried the case. Now let us look at what was the jurisdiction, the powers, the cases which the Court of Judicature handled. The Court of Judicature, it only sat once a month, and also this time the judges of Court of Judicature, they got salary. They were required to maintain a register of all the cases and proceedings, and they used to send the details and all the information regarding the matter to the East India Company annually. And if the person was not satisfied with the decision of the Court of Judicature, then that person had the option to appeal to the Court of Deputy Governor and Council. Another court was established in this plan. It was called Court of Conscience. It was established under the Court of Judicature. It handled the civil cases below 50 zerofin. It also sat only once a week. This court was established to deliver justice to the poor people free of cost. This court did not charge any kind of fee from the poor people and delivered justice. This was one of the major aim or reasons for the establishment of this court. And while dealing with the cases, this court did not take the help of jury. Another institution which was established was the Panchayat. The Panchayat, it was authorized to handle cases of people among their own caste. So let's say for example there is a person A and there is a person B. They both belong to Brahman caste. So if they mutually agree to sort out their cases and they decide to go to the Panchayat, then only the Panchayat had jurisdiction. As I've already written here that parties should mutually agree to go to the Panchayat, and this Panchayat only handled cases which were among the same caste. Disputes had to be brought before the Court of Judicature, which means that when the cases came in front of the Panchayat, the Court of Judicature was also informed that this type of case has come in front of the Panchayat, so that the Court of Judicature could supervise the whole proceedings. This Panchayat, it also had the duty to report the offender to the Justice of Peace. So guys, these were all the facts and information which is required for the first phase of judicial administration in the Bombay Presidency. In the next video, we will learn about how the judicial administration it developed in the second phase. What were the provisions made, which charter was passed, and some miscellaneous facts. I have provided the link of this particular blog in the description box below. So go ahead, check out the blog. so that you could have your own notes. And with this, I end the video. If you liked the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And with this, I will see you guys in the next video.
पॉपकॉर्न खाना रे.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.